أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بفضل الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. اللهم لعن أول ظالم ظلم حق محمد وآل محمد وآخر تابع له على ذلك. اللهم لعن العصابة التي جاهدت الحسين وشايعت وبايعت وتابعت على قتله. اللهم لعنهم جميعا. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليكم مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار. ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. قال سيدنا مسلم بن عقيل عليه السلام: يا سبحان الله، غرنا هؤلاء بكتبهم ثم أسلمونا إلى أعدائنا هكذا. The problem with Kufians, as we mentioned, was that most of them asked Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam to migrate to them so they can actually get rid of Umayyad oppressions. So they were not that eager to be with Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. Rather, they only wanted to get rid of Yazid. Of course, they did that because they wanted to live in this dunya. So the cause of writing to Imam al-Hussein salamullahi alayhi and asking him to move to Kufa wasn't a divine cause. It was something for dunya. And I'm talking about most of them. And that's why we see most of Kufians, even those who wrote letters to Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, not only abandon him, but some of them, they even joined the army of Umar ibn Sa'd and fought against Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. When Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam shouted at the day of Ashura at the enemy, "You've asked me to move and migrate to your city. O Shabath ibn Rab'i, O Amr ibn al-Hajjaj, you wrote to me, Ayna'at al-Thimar wa khadar al-Janab. Now it's a good time, it's springtime. Just move to us, O Hussein. You've asked me for that. So why now you are fighting against me?" So if someone is coward, doesn't want to fulfill his promise with Imam al-Hussein, that's something. But fighting against Imam al-Hussein after he asked Imam al-Hussein to move to them, it's something needs to be studied. What happened in Kufa? Some historians believe that Kufa had very weak leadership. And if he mean by that, mean Muslim ibn Aqil, salamullahi alayhi, by that, of course, he is totally wrong. Muslim ibn Aqil wasn't a weak man. The history proved that. Not only the saying of Imam al-Hussein when he wrote to Kufians, وَإِنِّي بَاعِثٌ إِلَيْكُمْ بِأَخِي وَابْنِ عَمِّي وَثِقَتِي مِنْ أَهْلِ بَيْتِي, the trusted one amongst my progeny, my brother, my cousin that I have sent to you. Not only Imam al-Hussein saying, but the history proves how brave was Muslim. The chivalry and bravery of Muslim Ibn Aqil while he was alone in the city of Kufa. He even showed more bravery than some of Imam al-Hussein's companions, because Imam al-Hussein's companions had backup. And their backup was Imam al-Hussein himself. and Abu Fadl al-Abbas. They used to look at Imam al-Hussein salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi and actually seek and receive bravery by looking at Imam al-Hussein and how calm he is. But look at Kufa. Muslim ibn Aqil was alone and he fought against the enemy while he was alone, and he did not surrender himself to them until he was captured. When they tricked him, they digged a hole and covered it, and they tricked him with that. When they saw that it's impossible for them to overcome him, because he is not only the nephew of Amir al-Mu'mineen, the commander of the faithful, Ali ibn Abi Talib, but also he was raised by Ali ibn Abi Talib. He was raised by Imam al-Hasan al-Mujtaba. He was taught by Imam al-Hussein salamullahi alayhi. So if that historian meant Muslim ibn Aqil with his saying, he's totally wrong. Because Muslim ibn Aqil is someone that he has changed actually everything in Kufa. He showed everyone in the world, you can be alone and you can win the battle by relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when not only in dunya but in hereafter as well, and not only in hereafter but in dunya as well. So, and we have to discuss that. Muslim ibn Aqil went to the house of Hani ibn Urwa. At last, Hani ibn Urwa accepted Muslim to stay with him, although he knew that this is a huge responsibility, because he wants to protect Muslim in an era that protecting him would be considered a huge crime. So, what did Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad ibn Marjana did to find? What did he do to find Muslim ibn Aqil? He actually told one of his slaves, who was called Ma'qil. He was from Sham. He told him, I'd like you to hide and go until we reach Shi'at Muslim ibn Aqil, followers of Muslim ibn Aqil. And if you reach them, give them 300,000 dirham and tell them that I'd like you to buy weapon and use it against Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad ibn Marjana. By doing that, you will gain their trust. They will trust you. And if they trust you, tell them that I want to meet with Muslim ibn Aqil to discuss these matters further. And he did. He went and asked about Imam al-Hussein's followers and Shi'at Ali ibn Abi Talib. When he reached, some historians mention that he reached Muslim ibn Awsajah, a famous Imam al-Hussein's companion, who was killed on the day of Ashura with Imam al-Hussein. And he told Muslim ibn Aqil that I am from Sham. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala favored me with the love of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, and I've got some money with me. And I'd like to donate that money, to give that money, so weapons can be purchased against Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad. Probably that guy who Ma'qil met wasn't Muslim ibn Awsajah, because Muslim ibn Awsajah was a high-ranked man amongst Imam al-Hussein's companions. But anyway, some historians mention that he was a Muslim ibn Awsajah. I personally have doubt in that, because Muslim ibn Awsaja wasn't a normal guy. But anyway, one of Imam al-Husayn's Shia and followers, and when he told the Shia followers, or Muslim ibn Awsaja, that he has got some money, he said, okay, I will let you meet with the guy that he is responsible for that. And that guy was the Saydawi. Saydawi, again, was one of Imam al-Husayn's companion who was killed at the day of Ashura. The one who told Imam al-Husayn, now it's the pray time, and I'd like to pray with you before I die. I'd like to pray behind you, O Husayn. And Imam al-Husayn accepted his suggestions. And they actually held the congregational prayers at the middle of the battle. And he prayed behind Imam al-Husayn, and then he was killed. And anyway, this Ma'qil met with Saydawi and gave him the money, and step by step he got closer to Shia of Kufa. When he got closer, he asked them to actually allow him to meet with Muslim ibn Aqil, and they took him to house of Hani ibn Urwa, and he met with Muslim ibn Aqil. Then he went back to Ibn Marjana and told him the story. And Ibn Marjana was shocked. You know why? Because Ibn Marjana, before that, he went once to meet an old friend who used to be a true follower of Ali ibn Abi Talib, who used to hide that he is Shia. Someone who was sick, and Hani ibn Urwa was taking care of him. And Hani ibn Urwa asked Muslim ibn Aqil to kill Ibn Marjana if he enters his house. And Muslim ibn Aqil said, that's okay. But during that period, although several messages reached Muslim ibn Aqil to come and kill Ibn Marjana, Muslim ibn Aqil didn't do so for a very sacred reason. After that, Hani ibn Urwa asked him why he didn't come. He replied, because I've remembered a narration from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when Rasulullah says, Al-imanu qaydul fatk. If someone has got faith, he won't betray anyone. Betraying is khiyana, is treason. A mu'min won't do that. Okay? A mu'min won't do that. And that's why he didn't kill Ibn Marjana. Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam won't betray anyone. Rasulullah won't betray anyone. Yes, they might attack the enemy, but they won't betray anyone. Attacking the enemy from behind, no. That is a coward action, and Ahlul Bayt who are brave won't do such things. Anyway, and that's why Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad was so surprised. And during that era and period of time, when Muslim ibn Aqil used to be in Hani ibn Urwa's house, Hani told people that he is sick and he doesn't want to go to visit the Ibn Marjana palace because he is sick. Unfortunately, the wife of Hani ibn Urwa used to be a sister of Amr ibn al-Hajjaj. And apparently, she wasn't a good woman, because some people told her that your husband is sick and that's why he's not visiting the palace? She said, no. He's sitting in front of his door, welcoming those who wants to come and enter his house. So she gave actually a message to the palace that Hani is not sick. When Ma'qil told Ubayd ibn Allah ibn Ziyad what happened, some of Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad's soldiers went past Hani ibn Urwa's house and they saw him sitting in front of his house, and they told him, why you don't visit the Amir? You're not sick apparently. And he was forced to go with them. He went in the way he actually felt the danger and felt that something is not right. Anyway, he entered the palace of Ibn Marjana, and Ibn Marjana told him, why you are not visiting us? He said, I was sick. He said, no, you weren't sick. You are hiding someone. You are hiding Muslim ibn Aqil. He said, no. He said, yes, you did. When he kept insisting not holding, excuse me, kept insisting that Muslim ibn Aqil is not in his house, Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad asked Ma'qil to come out. And he did. When Hani ibn Urwa saw Ma'qil, realized what happened. He realized that Ma'qil was a spy. He wasn't a Shia from Sham. Anyway, Ubaydullah told Hani ibn Urwa, you have to surrender Muslim. He said, no, I won't do that. The most I can do for you is to ask Muslim to leave my house. I will not hand over Muslim ibn Aqil to you. And then Ubaydullah or Ibn Marjana said, then I will kill you. He said, okay, if you want to kill me, go ahead. Wallahi law lam akun illa wahidan laysa li nasarun lam adfa'hu hatta amud dunah. I've got tribe, but even if I don't have any tribe and I'm alone, I will not surrender him to you because he is my guest. And I will protect him. It was then when Ibn Marjah started to hit Hani ibn Urwa and he got wounded, and some of his tribe who were waiting outside of the castle heard his voice, and Ibn Marjana told Shuraih al-Qadi, that corrupted famous scholar, that go and visit Hani and tell his tribe that he's not killed. He was only punished by the Amir. And he went and saw Hani ibn Urwa. He saw that he is wounded, but he's not killed. And he went out and told his tribe that he was punished. That's it, nothing more than that. And they left the castle. So, till now, we've understood that Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad realized that Muslim ibn Aqil is in Hani ibn Urwa's house. The news reached Muslim ibn Aqil that Ibn Ziyad imprisoned Hani ibn Urwa. Do you know what Muslim ibn Aqil did? Although Muslim ibn Aqil's mission was to only assess Kufians and inform Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam about Kufians. And he did. He informed him with what he saw. These things are new things. Okay, what should Muslim ibn Aqil do? What should a brave man do? What should someone who have strong relation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do if he sees his friend, someone who gave shelter to him, has been captured by the enemy? Should he run away? Should he hide? No. Muslim ibn Aqil called his army that we have to go and fight against Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad. They went out. Some people mentions that there were thousands. Some others mentions that there were hundreds. Apparently there were thousands. But by time and step by step, people used to run away from Muslim, till they reached the castle of Ibn Ziyad. It was a big fight between two parties, and Ibn Ziyad ordered his army to shot Muslim ibn Aqil's army and companions with arrows, and people got wounded, and probably some of them got killed. And historians mentioned that Muslim ibn Aqil got heavily wounded. Okay? And they were surrounded by the enemy, Amr ibn Hajjaj and Shabath ibn Rab'i. And people saw that this is a very tough situation. When Amr ibn al-Hajjaj told Shabath ibn Rab'i, you have to give them a chance to run away. Shabath ibn Rab'i told him that, no, we will wait till night time. He said, no, now, from now. And they opened a way for them. When some of Muslim ibn Aqil's army started to run away and run away. So, Ibn Ziyad ordered his soldiers to tell everyone in Kufa that whoever surrender himself, he will stay safe, he will be forgiven. And people started to surrender themselves, person after person, and man after man. Of course, I can't call them man. People like a man who are not man. Okay? Until night time, Muslim ibn Aqil decided to go to the mosque to pray so they can have some rest. He started his prayer with 10 people praying behind him. Salat al-Maghrib. After Salat al-Maghrib, he looked at his behind to see no one is with him. Not even a single person. A single man. So, the enemy came to the mosque. Of course, Muslim ibn Aqil prayed Salat al-Isha lonely, and he went out, and the enemy came. They opened the side ceiling of the mosque. They put fire in the mosque to see whether there are people there or not. They realized that there is no one in the mosque. They told Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad. Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad straight away went to the mosque of Kufa and called every Kufians to come and attend the mosque. And they went. Most of Kufians, important Kufians, they went to the mosque. And he delivered a speech. And he said, whoever is with us, we will favor him with money. And whoever is against us, we will demolish him. Not only him, we will demolish even his tribe, even if they are innocent. And he started to threaten Kufians. And he also told them that, oh, Kufians, do you know what's happening now? In a couple of days' time, the Sham army, the Yazid army will reach Kufa. And everyone got scared. Yazid's army, Muawiyah's army, Bani Umayyad's army, they should be hundreds of thousands, or at least tens of thousands soldiers. So everyone abandoned Muslim ibn Aqil. He spread that rumor. Was a rumor, wasn't something. Right. Spread that rumor amongst Kufians. So everyone abandoned Muslim ibn Aqil. It was then when Muslim ibn Aqil said, Ya subhanallah, غرنا هؤلاء, they tricked us. غرنا هؤلاء بكتبهم, when they wrote letters to us. ثم أسلمونا إلى أعدائنا هكذا, and then they surrounded us to our enemy like this. Not even a single man. Of course, some good people were in prison, like Mukhtar ibn Yusuf al-Thaqafi. Hani as well was in prison, and then he was killed. And some others went out of the Kufa to join Imam Hussein's camp and army. But the rest just abandoned Muslim ibn Aqil. So, what happened in Kufa wasn't because of the weakness of Muslim ibn Aqil, no. It was because Muslim ibn Aqil was a man. Muslim ibn Aqil showed to everyone that he represents Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, represents the commander of the faithful Ali ibn Abi Talib salamullahi alayhi. That he actually values upon personal interests. He prefers to die with dignity than to die cowardly. He went to help Hani ibn Urwa, and he was eventually killed because of his decision, his sacred decision. So, to conclude, Kufians, most of them, wanted Imam Hussein for their dunya, not for their akhirah. And they were tricked by Ibn Marjana and threatened by Ibn Marjana. But still, I cannot understand, even if they joined the army of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam to clean up what they did, the allegiance they paid to Imam al-Hussein. Even. But what really is so odd for me, when they joined the army of Umar ibn Sa'd, why they got so vicious? It's a fight. You join the army. It's abnormal. It's incorrect. It's wrong. It's haram. You betrayed Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. It's a treason. You are actually joining the camp of shaitan. But why? Why attacking Shibh Rasulullah Ali al-Akbar salamullahi alayhi? You killed him. Why you cut him in pieces? Why? You are people who sent letters to Imam al-Hussein asking him for his help. So why you did that? May Allah curse you. May Allah curse who wrote a letter to Imam al-Hussein asking for his help, seeking for his help, and then abandoning him, and then joining the army of his enemy, Imam al-Hussein's enemy, and then killing the progeny of Imam al-Hussein so viciously that when Imam al-Hussein wanted to carry his beloved son Ali al-Akbar to the camp, to the tent, he couldn't. You know why he couldn't? Because he was cut in pieces. That's why he called, Ya Futyana Bani Hashim, Halummu wahmilu aliyya. Come and help me to carry on my son. One of you should carry his hand, the other one should carry his leg. هلموا واحملوا عليا، ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، وعلى ولدك علي الأكبر، وعلى سفيرك مسلم بن عقيل، وسائر المستشهدين بين يديك. السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته.